Hello everybody and welcome back to Nature Diary number 14.
Hi everyone.
It's a lovely day today, isn't it, Mrs. Waters?
It is, it's gorgeous.
And if you look up behind us in the climbing rose, you can see that some more flowers have opened. Last week there was only one, but look at it now, there's pink flowers all over the top.
There are, and there are flowers blooming everywhere, Beaky. So let's get going on our weekly look around the farm. Let's see what's changed. Look at this amazing plant, Beaky. It's white little flowers all over. Can you remember what it was called?
No, was it Alison?
Nearly. Alyssum. Alyssum is how you're meant to say it.
What's this one growing in the middle, Mrs. Waters? I haven't seen that one before.
That, Beaky, is a kiwi fruit plant. I don't know whether it's counted as a plant or a tree, but I thought that one had died, so I'm really pleased to see it growing again.
Why is it growing now?
Well, because the weather has suddenly become much, much warmer. There's no frost in the morning, and all the plants have woken up ready to grow and produce their fruit.
Do they all produce fruit?
Well, they produce fruit or seeds. The one behind, growing up the trellis, that's the wood there, that's, I think, a honeysuckle. And that has lovely little flowers, but it doesn't produce honey.
Oh, what does produce honey? A plant?
No, the bees make the honey from the pollen that they collect.
Do they really? Gosh, I like honey.
You like everything.
I know.
Look here, Beaky, underneath the magnolia tree, which has now got all of its leaves wide open. They're a really nice yellowy green, aren't they? Under it are 4 more rose bushes. These ones are planted in the ground, and they're all different sizes. I wonder if they'll all have the same colour roses or different ones.
Can you tell by looking at the buds?
Don't think so, not until they're a little bit bigger, and then the colour might peep through at the top.
What's this plant, Mrs. Waters? I saw it last week and I don't know what it is. It came from a bulb, didn't it?
It did. It's called a gladioli, and it's going to be very tall and very pretty. There's quite a few of them planted in the garden now.
Will they take a long time to grow?
Yes, they will. A few weeks.
Gosh, Mrs. Waters, everything looks completely different in the kitchen garden. What have you been doing?
Well, Beaky, I've changed quite a lot around. We've got the shelves in different places and the cupboards in a different place. It was so that the plants could get more sunshine, but it's so hot today that I can't stand it in here, can you? No, and if we look at some of the plants, they're all wilting. Let's have a quick look. Let me get some to show you. Down on your perch for me. Down there. Good boy. Look at the parsley here. It's looking all floppy, and it's too hot. So plants can get too hot. So I'm going to have to put some screening up against the side where it's very sunny, and that hopefully will keep the plants a little bit cooler, because although they like it warm to start growing, they can't cope with it when it's too hot. Let's pop that one back. But all the plants in here at the moment are like that. They need some water. One thing I can do is put water on the floor of the greenhouse, and then the heat will make the water come up into the air, and that will help to cool off the plants. Maybe we should do that now. Let me go and get the hose pipe. Look at the radishes, Beaky. They're really wilting, aren't they? We need to get everything watered. I think we better stop and do that first, and then we'll carry on afterwards. All right? Right, so it's about 40 minutes later, and what I've done is I've put some wire along the edges of the greenhouse and pegged some sheets to the wire to keep the plants a little bit more shaded, because the plants are like young children. The sun will damage them, and that's why we use sun cream and sun hats, isn't it? And the little plants, they need to be protected from too much sun too. So now they've got a bit of shade and I've watered them. Hopefully they'll recover. So we'll come back and have another look a little bit later. Let's go see where Beaky is. Probably with Flo.
Oh, look, Mrs. Waters, this is fabulous. A special dog bath for Flo.
No, it's not a special dog bath for Flo, Beaky, although she does keep going in it. It's supposed to be a wildlife pond. Send her ball off again.
A wildlife pond? What's that for then?
Well, it's to attract the wildlife. It's not quite finished yet. I've got to put the stones in properly and finish the plastic, putting it underneath them. But you can see we've got some plants in now, and they're there to attract wildlife. Do you know what I really want to attract after last week?
No, what?
Toads who will eat the slugs. Because you saw what they did to our beans last week and the lettuces. They just disappeared. And I don't want to put slug pellets down because that will hurt the hedgehogs. So we need to attract some toads.
Why toads?
Because toads like to eat slugs.
Oh, well, it's very nice. I like it.
And you're right. Flo seems to think it's a dog bath because she keeps jumping in to cool herself off today. Can you see in there, Beaky? There are the cauliflowers growing, but there's obviously slugs in there as well because the leaves have got holes on. Now, though, the plants are a little bit bigger. The slugs can't eat them all, like they did the beans. Okay, let's go and have a quick look at the carrot patch.
Where's the net gone?
Flo, shush.
Where's the net gone, Mrs. Waters? Flo, be quiet.
Well, I took it down, Beaky, to try and find the carrots, and it was really, really disappointing. There aren't many there. There's a few, but not many. They've just disappeared. So I'm not sure if we've got rabbits coming in the evenings, although when it was covered with a net, they couldn't get them. Maybe they were just old seeds and they haven't grown. We can plant some more, though, because you can plant carrots all the way through to July. So I think we're going to have to dig up that patch and try again. Not being very successful this year.
The courgettes and the marrows seem to be doing okay, don't they?
They do, thank goodness. They seem to like this side of the garden.
Isn't this where the lettuces were?
It is, but the slugs ate them, so I thought we'd try some tomatoes. We've got lots of tomato plants, so I thought we'd plant them in the soil this year and see what happens. Normally I just put them in pots.
They look okay. They don't look as if the slugs have got those yet, do they?
No, and they've been in a few days, so I'm hoping the slugs won't get them.
Oh, why have you buried the potato plants?
Because that's what they tell you to do, Beaky. You have to cover the plant so that the potato underground doesn't get any light.
What will happen if it gets some light?
The potatoes will go green and then you can't eat them.
They're pushing through the soil again now, though, aren't they?
They are, and they'll keep doing that until they get very big.
Ah, look, Mrs. Waters, the clematis is opening now. Gosh, it's so hot. I think I'm going to go in and go and see my chicks. It's too hot to play, Flo. We'll see you all next week. Bye.